Mm. Check 1, 2. The big man is back. Big Mike in full effect, full of fizz head. This joint is going to be out in the free section, as you can already tell, because that's where you're looking at it at. The free section outside of YouTube, not in the Patreon. Gonna cover the Polight situation. Cats have asked me to weigh in on it. And yeah, kind of late, but better late than never. I've told y'all, man. I don't know. I don't think I've spoken on Polight a lot, man. But Polight has always been a con artist. He's always been a con man, and you can't hustle a hustler, man. So I've always seen him in the light of someone who can't be trusted. Whenever you have an individual who's steadily running off at the mouth like he do, you know what I mean? These so-called slick talkers, man. I don't trust the slick talking variety type of Negro. Since I'm in the streets and I've worked in corrections, I had a lot of slick talking individuals, man, in corrections as well. And pretty much all of them wasn't worth shit. You couldn't trust them. You know what I mean? So it doesn't surprise me that he would get wrapped up in a situation like this. A lot of folks have been saying, that I should probably be defending Polight because this may be the white man getting at him. You know what I mean? And a lot of y'all seen how I kind of went on. Yeah, I can say how I kind of went out on a limb to try and defend hardcore Tito. And I wasn't really trying to defend hardcore Tito as much as I was just being prudent, being cautious, and being wise because the Tito situation. I know females who were quote unquote underage that actively pursued older dudes. You know what I mean? And I know how brothers get wrapped up and they get railroaded by the system and in the courts. You know what I mean? So I reserve judgment until I seen uh, the whole shebang, till I seen all the evidence and all the proof of that case. You know what I mean? So with that being said, in this instance, with Polight, people would say, well, do you not owe Polight the same sort of rhythm? Mm, Let me put it to you this way. I like to go on my gut, my vibe, the vibe and the feeling that I get from individuals. You know what I mean? And man, it's just something about Polight, man. Just rubs me raw, man. I mean, have you seen this Negro lately, man? I mean, he's literally dressing like a pimp. You know what I mean? He's literally dressing like a goddamn pimp, man. You know what I mean? And I ain't got nothing against pimps. I mean, y'all see how I get down, man. What the? Oh, got flies flying around here. But yeah, man, the pimps, the tricks, the Max, I ain't got nothing against them. But what I'm saying is, man, that don't try and piss on me and tell me it's raining, bruh. And that's exactly what this Polight Negro be doing, man. I mean, he's a con artist, man. I mean, you look up all the people that he done fleeced. You know what I mean? I don't get down with niggas like that, man. Mm-mm. No, sir. So when cats tell me he got caught with his hands in the cookie jar with his girl's daughter, don't surprise me. Me being in my hustle, man. I mean, I told y'all how I get down. I'm never alone with any of the females that I used to mess with. I'm never alone with their daughters, man. Never. And a lot of y'all thought that was an indictment on me, like like I couldn't trust myself. Like, no, I'm protecting myself, bruh. I'm protecting myself against bullshit allegations, man. You know what I mean? Now, if Polight is innocent, You know what I mean? If he would have been listening to me, he'd never be in this predicament. Because guess what? I am not the type of individual that's ever alone with the females, daughters that I roll with, man. I'm not. Just for the simple fact or the simple case that, yeah, things like this may arise, and no one's going to give you any sort of rhythm. No one's going to give you any sort of what's the word I'm looking for? No one's going to give you the benefit of the doubt. You know why? Because of the sort of climate that we're in these days. The man is automatically guilty, no matter what he does. The man is automatically guilty. That's right. No matter what you do, no matter what you say. I mean, like I said, look at Cosby, man. They railroaded Cosby. A lot of y'all never read them court transcripts, but me and my boy Tony, we came out and we told y'all Cosby was innocent, man. And a lot of y'all still saying that Cosby is still guilty. And just because he got off on a technicality in court, that does not absolve him of his guilt. And once again, these supposed to be smart niggas, man. These supposed to be smart niggas. But obviously, these so-called smart niggas never read the court transcripts, man. Me and Tony read the court transcripts. And when the news read off the court transcripts, they lied by omission. They never read the whole transcripts in totality, which would show you that, he was innocent and the females agreed to take whatever he gave them. You know what I mean? If he was to read the whole transcript, but they omit a certain sentence and they can flip it 180 on you, make you look guilty, man. But like I said, these supposed to be smart niggas. These supposed to be, so-called pro-black niggas. I'm like, oh, they put such a stain on the whole pro-black label, man. That's why no one worth they salt is using the label pro-black anymore, bruh. No, not in the least, man. So yeah, man, when I told y'all that I'm never alone with any of the females' daughters, man, that's to protect me, man. I ain't got nothing to do with the female. Ain't got nothing to do with the daughter. Got more so to deal with me. Because Big Mike believes in leading by example. And when I tell all the females that I roll with, never leave your daughters, never leave your babies alone with Nan Negro. Not even the ones that you think can be trusted. You know what I mean? The only people that you should be leaving your daughters alone with is they daddy. And nowadays, even that can be problematic because, some of these dudes, I don't know, there's some really disgusting, freaky behavior coming out of some of these brothers, man. You know what I mean? But for the most part, I'm just saying, man, you shouldn't be leaving your daughters alone with any grown ass man unless he is the father or the grandfather. Maybe not the uncle. I heard horror stories about uncles and stuff, man. But you got a grown man, and then you got a female who's just coming into puberty. You know what I mean? That's gonna be a problem. That's gonna be a problem. Biology, the simple concept of biology in nature, it's a strong push. It's a strong aphrodisiac, man. A lot of brothers, a lot of men cannot resist young females just coming into their womanhood, man. So you gotta think about that, man. Big Mike is never alone with any of his females' daughters. I mean, you gotta think about that, man, because you was attracted to the moms, and then you see the daughter, which is just a younger version of what you was initially attracted to in the mother. You know what I mean? Yeah, that could be problematic, man. You know what I mean? That could be problematic. So no, I do that to protect me, to keep myself out of harm's way. you know. But back to Polite, yeah, I believe he's guilty, and if he is found guilty, like I said, if he's found guilty, he deserved what he get, man. You know what I mean? That was that's a punk move, man. That's a disgusting ass punk move that you did, Polite. If it comes out that you were indeed guilty of said act, you know what I mean? You taking your girl's daughter to the hotel and making her blow you, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. And then, like I said, he used to be under the umbrella of Dr. York, Dr. Malachi Z. York, and we know what Mr. York was found guilty of. I don't know what it is, man, with these slick talking Negroes, man, where they just, I mean, my man, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he did the same thing, man. He got himself some young chippies, set them up in his little spot, man. Had his own little harem, doing his King Solomon thing, and just the power of speech just go to their head, man. I'm waiting on something to come out on Umar Johnson, because if I'm correct, if the archetype is correct, the slick talking, the black woman is God type scenario is, I mean, yeah, I'm waiting on something to come out on Polite, man. Not Polite, but Umar Johnson. Because these dudes that got the gift of gab, they just seem to, they think that the world is a oyster. Shoot. And they think that the rules don't apply to them, man. Shoot. So, yeah, maybe, let me see here. I hate to say it, man, but could have, what's his name? What is that young brother's name? Young Pharaoh. Yeah, young Pharaoh might be lumped into that too. Anybody out there that's claiming some pro-black shit, and he can talk a mile a minute and he can talk your pants off. Those are the ones you got to look out for, man. When it comes to this underage shit, man. You got to watch them, bro. Who the fuck? Okay. Uh-oh. How you feeling? You say what now? Okay, sorry for the interruption, fellas. That was my son calling from the hospital. He has a COVID-19 situation that he's dealing with. He's on oxygen and all that. And he was asking me some pertinent questions that needed to be answered because it would seem that the doctors are drawing a blank. They don't necessarily know anything about nothing up in these hospitals, man. Let me tell y'all something, man. You don't have to be a genius to be a doctor. You really don't, man. You just they're afraid to think outside the box. They only think as far as pharmaceutical companies will allow them to think. But anyway, that's another story altogether. Um, when we was talking about the Polite situation, yeah, I believe that Polite is guilty. I mean, come on, man. You at the hotel with a 14-year-old, man. How can you explain that away? And I like the way he tried to, kind of like schmooze it, sweep it up under the rug when he responded to those allegations. He didn't respond to those allegations at all. He just started talking about how much he's done for the community. And I'm like, come on, man. You got to be an idiot to man to fall for that shit, man. But, a lot of people out here have been brainwashed by the slick talk. You know what I mean? Just like I'm not fooled by Umar, I'm not fooled by Polite. I don't know. I've been kind of sitting the fence on young Pharaoh, man. I'm not necessarily sure about him yet. But I have an adverse reaction, man, when it comes to slick talkers, man. I don't really trust slick talkers, man, which is why, I don't really get down with most pastors and preachers, man, because they've pretty much gone through life getting what they want, with the gift of gab. And they pretty much understand that if I talk enough BS, I can get away with anything. That's pretty much how they feel. That's pretty much how they get down, man. But yeah, I believe Polite is. He's got a track record of dealing with minors, 14-year-olds and whatnot, man. Yeah, or not necessarily 14-year-olds, but just children's, man. 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, that's been pretty much his modus operandi, man. How he allegedly deals with those type of females, man. Uh, let's see here. No, I'll say that for a later date, man. But for a lot of y'all out here in the free section, y'all might notice that uh, I'm in a hospital setting or a rehab setting. Uh, Fate has dealt Big Mike a curveball, if you will. Yeah, man. If you really want to know what that curveball is, yes,
Michael?
yes,
Hello.
hello.
Hi, Michael. This is Savita from Physical Therapy.
Okay.
Are you on call or something?
Yeah, let me go ahead. I'll
Is
just
that okay?
stop it right here. Okay, let's try this again. Can't get no peace up in this joint, man. Can't get no peace. So, like I said, out here in the open section of YouTube, man, the free section of YouTube, y'all might notice that my background, my setting, Faders see fit to throw me a curveball, man. Guess what, y'all? Guess what? Big Mike has no legs. Hmm. Well, that's a oversimplification of it, actually. Actually, uh, from the knees on down, or excuse me, below the knees, had both of my legs amputated due to circulation issues. Um, this is the same disease that basically killed my mother, killed my grandfather, and killed my brother. Just bad genetics, man. Bad genetics. I was diagnosed with something that was called dry gangrene, basically stating that the blood flow was not getting down to my lower extremities, and my limbs basically started to decay and rot. Yeah, man. Bitter pill, tough pill to swallow, man. But Big Mike ain't gonna cry about it. It is what it is, man. I'm gonna take a licking and keep on ticking, man. The old lion gonna keep doing what he do. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I ain't expecting no sympathy or no pity party, but I do need a little bit of money. Just a little bit of help. Got me a GoFundMe that's set up, man. Y'all know it's not even in my blood to have my hand out asking Mad Negro for anything, but uh, I need prosthetics. I need metallic legs, man, so I can basically continue taking care of my grandmother, so I can go to the store and uh, take her to the hospital, excuse me, to her doctor's appointments, and take Izzy. Y'all know Izzy, the world famous dog. Got to take Izzy to her veterinary appointments and her grooming appointments and whatnot. And can't do that in a wheelchair, man. Can't do that in a wheelchair. So I'm gonna need my prosthetics, man. So I started a GoFundMe. I know how this go, man, because I put up a GoFundMe on my Facebook page, and it's not being well received. I understand that I'm pretty much a lightning rod for a lot of unpopular topics. Therefore, a lot of people can't stand me and hate my guts. So people ain't really trying to donate jack shit to me, man, because like I said, they hate me. Like they like fuck him. It's all good. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna post my GoFundMe out here as well. And if you can find it in your heart, man, to go ahead and help the old lion get his prosthetics, his fake legs, so he could take care of his dear old grandmama. You know what I mean? I mean, it's to the point where my grandmama gotta take care of me. Ain't that so? But of course she can't because she got dementia. She can't remember nothing. You know what I mean? That's her main issue. She just can't remember stuff. You know what I mean? She prone to burn down the house if she cooking something. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's what's going on with me right now, man. Big Mike has no legs from, like I said, how can I put this? The knees on down. Mm, mm, mm. I mean, I still got my knees. I'm always still trying to explain that properly. I still got my knees, man. But yeah, from then on down, there's nothing. There is nothing. But I'm gonna put the GoFundMe in the description box for anyone that want to donate, want to help me out. Cause y'all know how much prosthetics cost, man. For a pair of, not just a pair, excuse me, one prosthetic can cost all the way up to 70 grand. I mean, ain't that ridiculous, man? Up to 70 grand. And I need two of them. I need two, Jack. Oh, man. So that's what's going on with me. That's why I've been gone for so long. I've basically spent my whole summer in the hospital. Man, it's a horror show. It was a horror story, man. I mean, I've already explained to the players what I went through in the hospital. I gave them the hospital story, the hospital podcast, man. And I'm going to leave that in the Patreon. Ain't discussing it out here. If you want to know anything about what's going on with me in that regard, you're going to have to get into the Patreon because a lot of personal things that was dealt with. And I still ain't done talking about it. I'm still not done talking about it, man. So, uh, once again, I've been away. I've been having medical issues, medical problems. Yeah, circulation issues. Blood wasn't getting down to the lower extremities of my body, so I had an infection set in, and it was to the point where, like I said, certain parts of my lower extremities was getting septic, getting infected, and yeah, they could have cleaned it up, and they could have just amputated, because it started off with one toe to amputation, then it started off with three toes of amputation. Then they was just like, hey, look, uh, we can let you go home, but you're just going to be coming back, months later, and we're going to end up probably chopping off your whole leg. You know what I mean? So I had to go ahead and bite the bullet, man. Because, like I said, I'm thinking the long haul, the long game. And the long haul, the long game basically means I still got to be here to take care of my grandmother. Because there's one thing that I know, I do not want my grandmother in the old folks' home. I don't want her in no rehab center, man. I mean, you should see the way some of these STNAs or nurses get down in here, man. Like I said, you can push that I need help button, to call a nurse, and you'll be waiting for hours for help, bro. Hours. So this is like a rehab center slash like old folks home, man. You know what I mean? Mm-mm. We'll never subject my grandmother to that. Not in the least. So yeah, okay. That's it for right now. The verdict on Polite is I feel that he's guilty. And bruh, I mean, he deserved what he get. You don't be doing, man, that's just disgusting, man. Taking your girlfriend's daughter to the goddamn hotel, man. What kind of sick ass shit is that, bruh? Mm. And I believe that he did that. You know, I mean, he's got a track record of doing things of that nature. Hmm. So yeah, Big Mike, Almighty Triple XL coming at you live and direct, Maxi Limits Radio Show. Be expecting me to get bigger and better with this video thing, bruh. I gotta do something different, man. Gotta do something different. Now, fear not, I still will be doing the audio joints. I'll still be doing them from time to time. But for right now, I really gotta, polish up on my video production skills, man. Boy, it'll be noisy in the sun bitch around here, man. All right, man. Once again, if you like my content and if you like, what I've been doing all these years, man, supplying y'all with a little bit of wisdom / entertainment, and you want to see me around, you know what I mean? Feel free to donate wherever you want to donate at, the PayPal, the GoFundMe, the Patreon, the Cash App, whatever you feel is appropriate. Go ahead, do your thing, man. Once again, also, shout out to my boy Blade for that $200 Cash App, man. That is going towards a good cause, no doubt. That's going into my, it's going to sound kind of pathetic, man. Going into my prosthetic fund. Yeah, but I'm a long way off from saving up for the prosthetics. You know what I mean? Hopefully, my insurance will cover everything, but I believe in being proactive. I believe in being ahead of the game. You know what I mean? I still don't know how much uh, the insurance companies are going to cover as far as my prosthetics are concerned, man. So, once again, check me out, Max City Limits Radio Show, and check out my Patreon. Check out the Cash App. Check out the Patreon. Check out the the PayPal, and check out the GoFundMe. All of it will be in the description box. One love, y'all. I'm gonna holler back at y'all in a few.